Dewa Debare, Dunga Midibainza, Dewa Dubiaki, Tablam Yamlen Garechigu, and the Dunga Sayaki, Tablam Yamlen Garechigu, Dikor, to that Deshena.
Good afternoon. So today we're going to talk about this, or make reference to this instinctive yearning that we all have to experience only happiness and to avoid all forms of suffering and frustration and misery. And in particular, we're going to talk about the various methods and techniques that one can apply skillfully to achieve this desired happiness and to eliminate completely all forms of suffering.
Dini inza chik chin la ten de bare inza zang zu dunga ji ne gyu dan kyen che la ten yong ko res de gi ji ne gyu dan kyen che la ten yong ko res za gyu dan kyen che la ma ten ba de wa ya ma dunga ya ma res za ma zu gi de gi na da ma zu ge da chi ge de wo ro da ga re yin be ne du ji ge che ga ne chin be ne gyu dan kyen che la ten yong ko ma do gyu dan kyen che la ma de ba ya ma le ji ta di Geshe Thubten Rabten Jungyoba Jungyo said that church she handed dinner to Mato Kangla Mateva to Yomare said that number Sanji became Tawaro Shiridi.
To summarize the Buddhist view, to bring it down to its essence, the philosophical view that the Buddha taught is that everything that exists, any type of phenomenon, is a dependent arising. There is nothing that exists that is not a dependent arising. A phenomenon, amongst phenomena, is the phenomenon of suffering, the phenomenon of happiness. These exist, and being an existent, being something that exists, they too are dependent arisings. So where this is so crucial is it means that the resultant experience, that is the suffering, that comes about in dependence on causes and conditions. Similarly, the resultant experience that we desire, that of happiness, this too comes about in dependence on causes and conditions. So that means we never experience any suffering that wasn't for which the causes were not created. We never experience happiness for which the causes were not created. Happiness and suffering always come about in dependence on causes. And secondly, when one wants to experience a particular result, as to the extent that the causes are gathered together well, the quality of the causes, to that extent, the result that one will experience will be proportionately complete. So in other words, if one wants to experience a great result, then all the causes to their fullest extent need to be accumulated.
Concho and now say concholia molam jada. Tanga dunga kanga shu dunga dunga dia chike concho sero chich and ya conchola molam japche and concho anzulia dunga dunga segre besene diseo mares. Chisan concholia molam japche ya concho anzulia digi de anzule na ma cheche anzu digi to your besene dia yo mares. Tanga number san yibigi darasumorasene. Manzuki dunga sele konjo je molam te konjo kyorong dunga de selo che sin molam ja de konjo ya dunga de seche an dunga be ba cha yo mares sa da ala digi ko ka do digi de ko do che san konjo kyorong kyense digi di demba de konjo kyorong nang ro che sin ya shu ne konjo ge ma digi che che ma zo digi so ya da de ne ka yo mares de na wa san yi be de da wa da de ne yo mares.
As Buddhists, and one goes for refuge or for protection to the three jewels, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. And if one turns towards them and makes heartfelt prayers, please, my life is difficult. I'm experiencing so many problems. Free me from suffering. Or likewise, I desire happiness. I want to achieve this. I want to achieve that. Please bless me with happiness. No matter how heartfelt our prayers are and how deep our faith may be, one will not go about achieving one's desired happiness and being freed of unwanted suffering merely through the expression of prayer. Prayer alone cannot bring about our desired results.
상예기 야 상예리에 대버치네 상예비기 나 상예 줌는 디기 디기 주에게 탑람 디니디니디네 냠는 제고래에서야지 마송셔게 될이야 만족이 퇴섬제 녀제 니 된다라 야야야 삼단 배셔다 소수기 삼나나 곰잡 두세베나 안동아 디기 주야다 안동아세야 탑람 디니디네 삼당을 디 곰고래 디니진 동아 매바 차이리에서 상예마 롭된 나샤바디 아주기 될이야 롭종 제세 소수기 냠는 제네 아니 두세 냠야고 제바이나 디니 냠는 제발에 디니 동아세야다 디기 주야디 디니 시고래 해시래.
The way that, from a Buddhist perspective, when one makes heartfelt supplications or prayers or requests to the Buddha from a place of deep faith, requesting for refuge, for protection from suffering, for the achievement of happiness, then those heartfelt prayers and supplications certainly have their place. But if it's just with the hope that happiness is bestowed and sufferings are eliminated, then there's a fundamental misunderstanding. Because when one turns towards the Buddha with faith, one is turning towards the Buddha for inspiration to be able to develop and cultivate the methods that the Buddha taught, in other words, the teachings of the Buddha. One is turning towards the Buddha, making heartfelt prayers, requesting inspiration so that one can receive teachings, reflect on them, and meditate on them. Because the methods that the Buddha taught to alleviate suffering and achieve happiness come down to hearing the teachings, reflecting on them, and meditating on them. So here, from a Buddhist perspective, one turns towards the three jewels, to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, requesting inspiration and guidance. Help me with my training, guide me in my spiritual progression. And that means getting encouragement to hear teachings, reflect on the teachings, and meditate on the teachings.
되네 자다가서 세부로 와 변에 레가로 지나서 롭종으로 가래 장비네 먼저 이기 장비네다 땅은 저기 참타시에 따야 저 레가 가래에 장비네 당보 미치기 랍제 롭된 제샤바 랍고고와 기행지고 디디 랍 코일 제단 랍네 디 제소 단데 코일 랍아나신 아 저기 이기데 자바이나 가서 이게 신고래 맞아 땅아지 이게 신고도 결혼직 제로 제스 몰람 잡아자면 가서 이게 신고 말와 제 내가 가래이네 아주 저기 몰람 잡아자면 신도야 말 제가 지리야 레고 제네 미디게 랍요도 디 랍아나신 제가 저 라렌다 베주제 장바이나 디 레가데다 디 롭종이나 신고를 레가데나 신고를 그라바 나신 안주기 될이야 장도를 맞아 봐이나 먼저 레가데 신고 말 랍지 이기나 신투고 말와 당아서 레가 도치나데 디 레가 롭종 가래 이네 신지 랍제 니 제수 장장아 저기 장도를 제발에 되네 신고야 차기도 와 제자 신교도 롭종제도 이게 마신바디 파세데 신비 연된의 리고로 디 나신다 지고지가래 상예기 망아들이야 동아세계 탈렘다 안디기 주비 탈렘 송샤게 되라 마저기 롭종제 장도 배주치네 장바이나 저기디 디기 주비다 동아세기 안디 두투고와 비 지바로 샤데고와
This approach of Buddhism is not something that is unique to Buddhism. In fact, if you think about it, it's something we've been doing our entire lives. When there's a skill that we want to attain, whether it's something perhaps just for our pleasure, such as to learn to sing or to dance, or maybe in terms of our education. We will first have a desire to gain this skill. We'll seek out then someone who is knowledgeable and skilled in this topic that we want to come to know, and then we'll make an application. We may meet with them, or we'll send in a written application requesting their help, requesting their guidance. So there's a specific process here. We give rise to an aspiration. We seek out someone who has the skill and the talent that we desire to develop within ourselves, and then we approach them. And it doesn't end there. We then receive training from them, and we apply what's trained. We don't just apply and then never turn up, or hear the words and never put them into training. So this is exactly the same process here in Buddhism, where one has a faith or trust. So here, instead of the word faith, we can use trust or conviction. In the Buddha, this means we turn for inspiration to be successful in applying his methods, which means to receive teachings, reflect and meditate on them. So this is exactly the same in our religious world as it is in the everyday world. Because if one has an aspiration to develop a particular skill, no matter how strong that aspiration is, unless one does something with that aspiration, one will never acquire that skill. There's a famous quotation from the Buddha. So what I've been presenting here, the Buddha himself said in one particular verse, "I can't wash away your negativities with water. My hand cannot remove your suffering. I cannot transfer my realizations to you. The only way I can help you is by teaching and you striving to liberate yourself."
Didaya Yores, Penasubul Jabaro, that in a Benan, Subu Tuition, Chu, Ba Zamasana, Dia, Ben Buru, in the Puchuena, Chico Subula Jabada, Dina, Amagi, Chia, which is Chu, and Subud Sang, the Chayungrua, Dava, Denigi, Tuition, Chu, Dia Yores. So Diva said, and how to Gasson, Duecha, how to control on Duecha, and Aya, and in the Yomo Batisore. She's an D. Body can start with Elana Sayegi by Chu Tuche, Baka's Chu Tuche and the Nigi, Subu Java Diana, you have an Ashen Tuition about that where Omares, the Nigi Datu Madina, Tubnan Diba Chu, Nutrition, says not Sayegi, my Tuition, and the Diba Meva said to Yomares.
So I'll read the verse again. "I can't wash away your negativities with water. My hand cannot remove your suffering. I cannot transfer my realizations to you. The only way I can help you is by teaching and you striving to liberate yourself." So the first line here, "I can't wash away your negativities with water." So we know when our clothing is dirty, just wanting it to become clean will not be enough, we have to wash. At the end of the day, we wash ourselves because our body is dirty. A young child who can't look after themselves relies on their parent to wash and clean them. But in terms of our negativities, or another way to express it, our afflicted minds, our afflictions, mental afflictions, such as anger and attachment and pride and jealousy, no one else can remove those for us. No one else can wash away these minds of anger and pride and jealousy. No one else can do that for us.
다 조에 동아 차게 미셀라 세리 지당아 주게 수볼이야 한지 참아수야 다 되니기 수네 나자다에나 참아지 수라베 대다 안 부르 소제기는 부디게 수 되지 라베기 마두시네 한지 제네 라베기 한지 풀다 다지 두스제 나지데 스타일 용 라베 세투거와 당아 주기 뇽몽 바세야데 되니기 Dunga Kali or Sanazule, same Majiva, been a Kondo, Shukchimbola, Digi, same Majiva, Kangalea, Tining as the same Majiv, Dungalea, Denig Lakwe, Duschene, Lapa, Subol Chama, Lapetumba, Nashin Chene, Lakwe, Dungati, Tuenchen, Sanya Jimnendigi, Dungati, Tuenche, Yushi, Meva Sutua Yomares, Chesa, do Dunga Chagi, Missela, Sanya Jimnendi, Pemas, Nubachimon, Guen Hamjes, Bamba, Sanya Rede, Inea. I
can't wash away your negativities with water. My hand cannot remove your suffering. So when we do experience physical suffering, such as perhaps we stand on a thorn or a bee stings us, then we can remove the thorn with our hands. We can remove the bee sting. Or maybe if our muscles are aching, someone can give us a massage, and their hands can alleviate our aching muscles. But in terms of our mental distress, for example, the unhappiness we experience when we're angry, no matter how skilled someone else is, their hands cannot remove our suffering. Their hands cannot alleviate this burden of an anguish that we experience through mental suffering.
지게 칼라 신부 수혜제 부의 카나는 말루제 네 부디 마사주제 조가제 네 부디 조도에 동아 강아세 두고로와 어다 아주게 동아디 아니 상예 줌네디게 연된 상예 줌네디 디기다 상예 줌네기 신비 개별 연된디게 나저 말루제 조 말루제제 나저 디기 하야다 나저 마신바디 신바 차야게 내내요 말해서 칼라 제제 조가자바 나진 제야마 진짜 니지 똑바 샬라 보면 돼서도 내 신교기 연된다 내 규례비 디기디게 이 파제제 경험서 마카나 루시 수반마 루치네 경험서를 디기 템바지다 경험서를 연된 요바 수투고레베선 디네서야요 말해지.
I can't wash away your negativities with water. My hand cannot remove your suffering. I cannot transfer my realizations to you. So when a young child is hungry, their parents can alleviate their suffering by giving them delicious and nutritious food. By eating the food, then the child's physical suffering is alleviated. But no one, even someone as skilled as a Buddha, can transfer their good qualities like a parent gives food to a child. A Buddha cannot just pour their realizations, their good quality, mental qualities over us. They can't bestow their good mental qualities, their realizations to us. All the qualities they have, their mental qualities, they cannot put those, give those to us. They cannot transfer their realizations to us.
나는 상여 점는데 안 조이게 동화 세야다 디기 주야야 안에 간식이리 상여 결혼게 가르치기리스나 상여 가르친 거로서는 미 전 결혼주게 셈진기 디기 주야다 동화 세야야 미 탑람스 띵기리스 근데 중이 덴바 덴베 좋아 교서 지난 중이 덴바 덴베 좋아 교서 최응의니 수도 튠비기 람비가서 냠는 제단 림바 디니제나 안에 동안에 세기리 디니진 디기 주위에 세등이 탑람시 띵기리스 제사디 탑람데 결혼 중에 냠는 제바 있나 결혼도 동안에 세 투그레 안 디기 투그레스 그래.
And the final line, the only way I can help you is by teaching you and you striving to liberate yourself. So this makes it clear, because the preceding three lines are all about how the Buddha cannot help us, how no one can help us. This fourth line makes it clear how the Buddha can. How can the Buddha help us? By teaching us the complete and unmistaken path to eliminate suffering and achieve happiness. The complete and unmistaken mental path that he has both knowledge and experience of. Not something that is known to a Buddha merely intellectually, but that the Buddha has experience of, and not just some experience, but the experience to the extent of perfection. So the Buddha can share the exact same path that he cultivated within himself, and that path he can then share with us. And then finally, it is up to us not just to leave that at mere knowledge, but to integrate it within ourselves.
Zenia Torto, Lobsang get ya cher dan ya Torum Labdali to Yan Lobsang things up to go up and Puchu to Galavati Lobsang de Lache, Delia to Strata, Zenia Torto, Lobsang things up Denia, Torum Labdada, the Nigi Leon de Lobsang things Savoya Wodike, Sungoro, Lagorwa, or Bedinashi, Sanye Jumnendi, and Azugi. Nyomobo duya dang yabucha digi duya da dunga segi tablam delaya chik kamna maba and jikba yeme samna dechi babege be chik jimbar basana mangbo shu sung yore jesa dine song za che nga tablam mangbo shu sung de yorwa.
So the way that the Buddha can help is the only way I can help you is by teaching and you striving to liberate yourself. Furthermore here, the way that the Buddha will teach is in a particular sequence of trainings, not just starting any old way or starting with the highest or the greatest, but in a particular sequence where one gains knowledge and experience step by step. So there's a particular graduated sequence. Now again, this is something not unique to the religious world of Buddhists. This is something that is seen as a successful technique in our society. Hence, this is how we ourselves became educated. We first went perhaps to kindergarten and then to school, and through the various years at school, and then perhaps to further education, to higher education. There was a specific training that we went to. We didn't suddenly start somewhere in the middle or suddenly near the end. Specific sequence of training. And the same with various forms of education that we've had since our former education. Depending on the quality of our basis, we then can start to learn new skills. If our basis is poor, we start lower down. So this is the same here, because in terms of developing our way of thinking, transforming our mind, transforming ourselves, there are many stages of mental development, and these, to be applied successfully, need to be implemented in a specific sequence, because the latter attainments depend on previous attainments.
Dunga se tawa sanyu jimne tabla songshen bege da rimba jik de dunga de di tone shuwa ina laba sumji nyamle se chi sungore jina laba sumji nyamlen jeje ne dunga se da digi juya ge tablam chi sungore jina da manzi diri sanyu jimne digi nga zo dunga se ya na digi juya ge tablam mangbo songshe be di nane da nga zo laba sumji nyamlen jene dunga se ya da digi jupta di gorma jik dardu sheshan yudwa.
Over the many years that the Buddha taught, he taught a vast array of varying practices to develop qualities within ourselves and eliminate mental faults. And amongst these, what we're going to look at today is the three higher trainings, which is a very broad range of practices to develop, to transform ourselves, to transform our way of thinking, to eliminate faults and achieve remarkable qualities within ourselves.
지단 니네 니들이야 아 저게 아니 지금 소화단 제비기 톤에 아니 삼다 다야데 판도치 무고래
가르
라버스미 냠는 지단디게 니네 니들이야 소위기 튀기 소기 톤에 제가 저러 내가래야 밀림도 계시야래 밀림도 제가 지야래 니네 니들이게 소위기 단 제비 톤에 안 될이야 냠는 지야데 지 판도치 무야 지다 아니 디멤비 소소 지부되어 꼼냠는 제알에 판도여가지 용고래.
These three higher trainings are something that if we come to some understanding of them and integrate them within ourselves, are great benefit to us, whether one has a very busy life where one has to do many activities and interact with many people, or if one has a more secluded life. Three higher training. So what are these three? It's a higher training of ethical conduct, higher training of concentration, and the higher training of wisdom.
tablam delya an nyamlen chego baza an di surumsingi surumgi labasumi nyamlen che nyanga zugi niminile an degi ganis trugure dunga seala ganis pandogresna dadi nyamlen che da dinga di ko shegorwada.
These three high trainings then of ethics, concentration and wisdom, as we cultivate them within ourselves, then the many people that we interact with on a daily basis and the various activities we engage in, these then we can transform the way that we go about these activities, as well as transform the way that we interact with people. And these situations then can all help us in our training, help us in our spiritual development, and moreover thereby we can be of benefit to all those that we do interact with.
Geshe Rabten dele ting sava denegi da rimbala so de mango yongo de sring la batinala.
The training in ethical conduct has many degrees of subtlety, from coarser to subtler levels.
Yeah, that's me love you the minale jimmy by lo chung chung den lo ting ting de lo kan ba sa da and it minale she me ba da she ting zam yo ba she lo cha ya ho gan chi de da me love you the chi da mi cha yo lo. Dinalia, the Yawa Chena, that Dinali Yawasha, Mongo, you can check over. Dina, she does to me laba, Lamnada, Dinging laba, Sherik laba, to Sungalia, the Niki, Chaparochi, that is Sosuki, Yamlingaze, Yawas, and Nuba Church to Ada, the Niki, Shimba Mongoli Urua.
All the topics that the Buddha taught. In this case, we talk about the three trainings, so those of ethics, concentration, and wisdom, have a wide degree, varying degrees of subtlety. And this is because the audience for these teachings, human beings, there's a wide variety amongst us in terms of our age, our capacity, our education levels, and many other ways that we can differentiate between people or divide people. There's a wide spectrum of people. Hence, the various practices, such as these three trainings, there's degrees of subtlety, so as to meet people where they are.
Kangalea than this Lungasum Juba Yawara Chavan Setila and Digi Hayachevole Pena Mazuki Nganepa Shenlia Tsup Sheadam and then don't get on a Lu on the Namju Nungabatuadam and the Ziggy, then Chinga on the Jumongo Sheadam and the Nigi Javaina and the Garsorsene. And Rangla Makiva Chada, Mishandala Makia, Ben Sosoragi Michalia, Tsuru She, and Tsu Sheada, Zuru Shevana, and the Sheva, she has 100 degrees social share, that's also Pishedi Cablo Sosolia, Chikamene, Pashes, the Me Pacho, the parts of Shen Su is doing Shigua. And the Zuru Gohota Shevan and Kiangalia Zunsha, Gohota Shas and the Delia and Yoramangulan, and the Sosumakiva Chagua. Chesa Rashin Nigal and Makiva Chading, Anzuki, Nagi Tony, Shalia, Tsu Sheada, Zunsha, Michambu, Tumbala, Tushin, Japtin, Mount Washington, indeed, Tony Anzu, Geshe Thubten Tony, Mazolia, Rashin Nigal, Dunga Mangochi Gore. Chesandi Dungadi, Mazo Sungo, or Meva Sogorba.
Looking then at the first one, that of ethics, a lot of the suffering that we experience as well as the happiness we experience, is related to our practice of ethics, whether we are ethical or not. This is very apparent if for example, if one's speech is unethical. So when we talk about ethics, it's usually divided into three: our physical actions, our verbal actions, and our mental actions. So let's take unethical speech. If one speaks harshly to others in an abusive manner, or if one lies to others, deceives others, then immediately problems come to oneself as well as others in this life. So not even talking about future lives, immediately in this life one has problems. So we know from where either we have spoken to others in a harsh and inappropriate manner, or they've spoken to us, we know problems come from this. Likewise, especially if someone has a reputation for dishonesty, a reputation for deceiving and taking advantage of others, no one's going to trust them. People are not going to want to be around them or to help them. They're not going to trust that person. They'll avoid that person. And that person who does act in this way, taking advantage of others and so forth, they will suffer. They will experience this, perhaps not even knowing why. So this is how suffering is experienced by self and others right now in this life, through unethical behavior, in this case, unethical speech.
지사 데니게 맞아 신유고네 류주고네 샬라네고 망고기에도 강아 망고때에도 근데 디이겐지 소소라야 동아요. 지사 류지 자와제다 마디비 토네 라신이가를 동아요. 차고를. 지사 디소양 만족이 예. 다디소 베능하게 거네 라신이가를 미디어 차다 류주고네 라신이가를 마키버셔야 돼. 맞아 니네를 초에 나려야 민유의 기시월 민유의 야가래가도 직자 바파서 망고도 디토네 강아 망고지 리고 봐. 지사 니네에서 디소 류주권에 자주 마디비 토네 라신이가를 동아리고 그래. 제가 이 동아리 용하게 동아리 원고체 세고 그러면서.
In terms of physical behavior, so we looked at verbal. In terms of physical behavior, it's the same. If one engages in unethical physical behavior, so for example, if you have physical altercations with others, or you steal from others, of course, this is an unethical behavior. It leads to suffering for others, and it leads to suffering for oneself, because one's mental process at that time is in a place of unhappiness. Others start to see us in a negative light. We get a bad reputation, a poor reputation. People avoid us. People don't want to be near us. They don't want to be seen to associate with us. And in this way, we also suffer. So through being unethical in our way of speaking, our way of acting, we suffer, others suffer.
류하게 줘봐 상부라 지체제 기시다에 나변 닝지보다 안넘교되나 닝지보체나 안은 소소 류하게 셴리야 안은 녀범메게봐 안지 펜비게 자와라 제베네 안은 라신이가라 펜바지용 거로와.
When you think about the consequences of unethical physical and verbal behavior, the converse of that, ethical physical and verbal behavior, leads to the opposite results. If one speaks in an ethical manner, in a way that's opposite to what's been described, as well as physically acting in an ethical manner, this doesn't lead to problems. This leads to happiness.
안 류하게 줘봐다 디니기 망고직 땡하는 쪽에 지소나래 레갈해 걸 빼는 시디엔 바다 대소려다 소수게 된다 주야게 된다 소수게 와시라게 된다 미고거다야 주인시야 자스야 망고 리고로 봐 진짜 디토네 안에 레가야고 말레디 안에 고하다 주인시 디체 꼭소레송 제야도 미망하래 강아 안 미망이제 그 제바디 데니게 강아저 하고도 몰로 잡혀도 되네 bombo digmedo bombo de con shugo senor norachedo dene kello shoji mela de dene bombo khoso ra kanga chida rashini ga kanga de dene ligorwa.
If we expand this out perhaps and look at society, if we think of political leaders, those who really excel in deceiving others, those individual political leaders who excel in deceiving others or dividing people. So they're doing this because they think they want happiness, but they're creating problems in society, they're creating problems for others. Then they end up losing the election because they get a reputation for being untrustworthy. The majority of the population see that they are causing harm. Then they lose the election, they're crestfallen, they perhaps don't understand why. They're now suffering because of their non-virtuous, their unethical verbal behavior.
수tum 송고리에시 수tum 라바사데 디세 수tum 송고리에스 지선 수tum 송세 수tum네 가르엘람나 가르엘람나 당하는 저기 류하게 넘겨 야고 돼디 아니 소소 삼로 나로 군노 야고 메나 디드는 된 거로와 지선 디네 자 수tum 송고리에서도 가르 송고리는 디링이 지글야가로 재민염데 기셰이나다 디와 간에 제외네 디링 류가 요거네 시헬 뉴비게 자와세 자오기니 지금에 선발직다 다 되니게 계시 지금에 선배 삼로다디다 수tum 소아시 류가 수tum 소아시스레 류가 유스미 요코네 샬 뉴비 자와세 다 자오기니 지금에 선배 삼로다디 수tum 소아디 수tum 제디레 니 삼네 안에야도 다야다 되니게 아 저기 민금도 투시 계시도 되니게 갑라 되니게 지금에 선배 삼로디 다 수름소에서 디세요 수름 냠내서 디세요 되네게 삼로된 아주 쇼벤 수 야랑아제네 디링에 류가 유스미요가네 샬라 네베 자와치 지금에 계시에네 직수부 셔야다 주인셔야다 고하다야데 제베네 밀레네 용고레 세상 디네베기네 소설에 이메기고 차그레 세상 되네게 주인셔야다 고하셔야데 자와기네 지금에 아선베다 류주고네 샬레 네베 자와 아니 지게 구마고야다 샬라 툭제 다야다 되네게 징이 류주고네 아니 지금 마티와 제소나 샬라 뉴기데 제자 샬라 네나 아니 샬라 마키오시 랑라 미키오 차 제장이 류유고네 디링 샬라 네비 자와사 싸우기는 지메 선배 디 삼로디 수름시고래 디 야네야도 가서 삼다바이나 디 삼로디까지 슈체로바나 디기 겐기 가서 샬리아 ngane tsukshya dang junxia myeongwa de lüjukone xiala minyo ba dang kuma mo ko wala soba lunga yijukone xiala manyo ba de yonggo de 지자 dine yenza 저기 아주래 깔래 가셔데 가요 쓰는 가서 이래 민염도 투게 제와 제화다 내가 와서 계시 망고 시고래 한 파서 망고 줘야 지시도 지자 될이야 나기고네 샬레 네비게 자와야기 냥하 시쇼 치고치고래 근데 리주고네 샬레 네비게 자와지야 니줘야래야 냥하 야스 요야기 다 니부 쉬우쳐고래 되네 장도 쇼게네 밤 류가 유스미 샬레 네비 자와지 매스미 수좀 손이 되네 삼로데 템부제네 아니 게디나 아주 삼나라도 제도와 제고래스 되네 제바이나 류가기고네 샬레 네비 자와도 용 말해서 그래
So what is meant then by, from the Buddhist perspective, someone who is ethical? Or what is meant from the Buddhist perspective by ethical behavior, physical, verbal, mental behavior? Does not refer to the mere absence of unethical behavior. If one merely does not happen to do something unethical, that doesn't make that individual ethical. To be an ethical person from the Buddhist perspective requires the specific motivation, the specific intention. I will not harm. I will not harm others. I will not speak to others in a way that brings harm. I will not act in a way, physically act in a way that brings harm. And I will bring this about through restraining my mind, through taking responsibility for my own mind, and ensuring my mind does not go in a harmful direction, because thereby I can guard my speech. I can guard the way I act when I'm with others. So this is a picture of an ethical person from a Buddhist perspective. And how does such a person become ethical? First, they receive teachings on what is meant by ethics, and they take those teachings and they apply them to themselves. They train their minds in these teachings. So they do that by, in the morning, they set a very clear motivation for the day. They think about the day that lies ahead of them, and they think about the kind of person they want to be in these varying events that lie before them that day. So the motivation would be something along the lines of, I don't want to add to the burden that others are experiencing. I don't want to add to the difficulties and problems that others have. Of the many people I meet today, they will all come with their own problems and difficulties and situations they want to be free from. I won't add to that burden of difficulty. It would be inappropriate for me to act in a way contrary to their innermost wish as well as mine, which is to experience happiness. Therefore, no matter the situation that I'm in today, I will speak to others and act towards others in a way that's ethical. I will not use harsh speech. I will not lie and deceive and take advantage of others. I will not physically bring harm to others. And the person here is doing it because they have a clear understanding of what contribution they want to make to their family life and to society as a whole. And they set a clear intention that these are the people and the situations I expect to encounter today. This is the way I want to behave, and this is the way then I will behave. So this comes about with a recognition that when one is in at most danger of being unethical is when one is busy and surrounded by many people and many activities, because then, unless the mind has been very well trained, the mind can go in any direction. So to train the mind then, one starts in the morning setting a strong motivation, reminding oneself that today, when it gets busy, I will remind myself of this motivation. I will recall this motivation I'm setting right now to ensure that I treat others appropriately, that I treat others with wisdom and care and kindness.
지난 디스에 디스마송 바이나 가지고 선나라 가정 마저 전시샤라 지수시에게 지칸에 봐 지수시에디 공로실이거래 공로면은 칸이 지수시기 말해 지시에게 되고 공로실이요 근데 공로실이요 되는 칸에 말을 되는 거래 수분 넘겨 돼야 될 소설이야 파출 마가위에 삼로나야 디야고면 될 그 마가위에 삼로 계속나 된 류기 되는 넘겨 독셔야 돼요 마도 되니게 삼로 가야면 넘겨 독셔 이거 말해 지난 되는 현장 되니게 지수시에게 공로다 아니 지시한이야 독셔 류가 유스미샤는 네버지에 그 공로디 개와 미게 와래 다 되니게 지금에서 삼로디 개와래 지금 수름 써야 돼 개와래 지금 되니게 수름 써와 있나 네 개와래 지금 되니 시험은 세대레이나 소소라나야 안에 강아 주마요 그래 지금 강아 주마요 그래 수름 마송 와 있나 셈래야 시안에 지수시야 류군로 남바 지안라 독자체 군로 먹고 길래요네 네 돈을 류가 있으면 그냥 자와디 남바차 냠바디 온게 안에 라라 강아 샬라 강아 라시니까라 동아 먹불리그레스 제가 디네자 아 저기 니데니데리아 삼다나를 수름서야 돼 뱀마스 계신 보레스 다 내가 니미레 가지고 내가 동아 세타들이야 세게 탑람다 내가 불라 디기 용해야 되래 수름서야 돼 계신 보레스 걸
This way of thinking, this meditation, comes down to this commitment, I will not bring harm to others. And this commitment this mind, is the mind of ethical conduct. And it is a virtuous mind, creates positive karma. And from this comes happiness. So the reason for the emphasis here on doing this meditation, on reflecting on the teachings one has received, is because behavior, whether physical or verbal, whether virtuous or non-virtuous, doesn't happen causelessly. It comes about independence on a cause, and the cause is a motivating mind. Independence on a motivation. One speaks in a particular way, one physically acts in a particular way. So therefore, our way of thinking, our motivation, our intention, this is primary, this is the most important thing. Hence the need to gather knowledge and meditate on that, reflect on that. And the stronger we develop this virtuous motivation, this commitment not to bring harm, the stronger that is, the more readily it will arise, even in more adverse situations. When one hasn't cultivated such a way of thinking, well, it's much more likely that one will act in an unethical manner, especially in stressful situations, especially in situations where we're feeling challenged. And when we act in a non-virtuous way, in an unethical way, the result is those that we're interacting with, they suffer more. We too add to our own problems. We create more problems for ourselves and for others. So therefore, it's of exceptional importance that on a daily basis we cultivate this ethical outlook. We think about our day ahead, and we think about these encounters we are likely to have and how to deal with them skillfully to ensure that we keep ourselves peaceful and calm and our minds spacious and undisturbed, and we interact with others that not only doesn't add to their burden of suffering, but hopefully can even ease their burden of suffering through their contact with us and our happy, virtuous, positive state of mind that we can serve to ease their own difficulty. It's crucial then to every day cultivate this mind, because in this way we strengthen our habituation and make this behavior more and more ingrained to us.
가르리네 benangaz lega 가르치면 델레 셈제주도 내들이 셈제주도 삼다 델레 내지 남이야 마소와 델레 남이야 마소와 제 셈제주도 삼다 딩이제 시고래 다 딩이제 가서 다 지당만 주기 미세나라 최위 튕게나 제위团的 딩이제 시야도 아주 딩이제 사야디 냠nen제디 레가로 가르시베나데 밀리아 기시 가르시고나 미젤레 기시 가르 연구이나 델레 도나지 딩이제 잔다 남이야 마차바제
Of the three trainings, then that is the first, the training of ethical conduct. And it has those three components that are of ethical behavior, ethical speech, and an ethical way of thinking, which is primary, the motivating mind. And that the ethical behavior is, again, not the mere absence of not doing something unethical, but it is the commitment not to do unethical deeds. Then the second of the three trainings is that of concentration. And concentration, in brief, it's having single-pointed concentration, being concentrated on whatever activity we're engaging in, and a concentration that is free of distraction.
예, 나변가 저기 민님도 저게 투지 기시시도 갑라 때미지 기시도 안주야 그 셰바들이야 도나자 오지 셈데 대랑 그 셰바 가르시고 대 제주도 삼다지 년고르마도 디면년 바제 델레 띵에진데 셈마야 셈남야치도 그 시시도 안주야 직 샹다들 바다스타체담 직 폰로 다다 샹다디타네 그 셰바들이야 셈 tempo netugo mare chisa sem namya sha sore ko she se gi donda de sem mate ba che sem ne ga se gi namya sore chisa dine sidu dine cheban di she ba de nga de tak da de sem ya netugo ma ha go tugo mare dine ha go ma du ne no chu le ga no chu mango sho ya da ji ke yung go dine gi ma no chu sho ba na ta ra shin ni ga la ga jin be mi ji gi donda Geshe mo she che an de le nga de dona pe sem tingi jin dian che man yan ba che nam yan che ne yin la me la jin ye an ji che le de xi xiao de da da de ha mo de an cui cui che o de ji ko ji di yin se cui cui ru jin de le ga le so ba na de ne no zhu xue ge no zhu qin bo an xue ge cha go de che za xi du ge le 강 셰바들 쯤 남이야 마소시 템부진 연구를 해제돼. 다 소수기 기시디 갑리네 기시디 갑라 삽사치 템부진의 셰들이야 제지도 론 짐전에 파셰호레 마도 아직 셈 남이야 쇼제 마직 셰와치나 야 셰디 노추시 셰다 지 연구를 되는 셰바나 라신이가랴 안에 레가데 마디바 노트차 되는 제기 노트차도 디젤에 되는 라신이가라 강아동 하용고래 제자디니 인자 그래서 계시시도 가바이나 레가레도 시갑 가레 레가레베나 가레 계실 파셰바이나라 델야 소수게 셈 템부제네 델야 세지도 삼다제 라고레스 추년바이나 델야 거의 시사들 심파 남의 마상이 될때 오지 년지 제주도 년 된지 년고를 진짜 되는 인상 만노 마투바 용거래 진짜 되는 인상 심 제주도 내야지 안 주기 니네니래 미 계셔다 내가 갑려야 비셔다야 판도 친구 뭐 진짜 되는게 용바에 나가 저기 동아세야다 인디기 두야야 아니 판도 용거래 진짜 먼저 띵이 생기 냠내 지다로 시시거로
The way that one uses the training of concentration in one's daily life is when one is with people and one's interacting with them and they are talking to you, whether they're merely imparting information or they're sharing something that's important to them. Be present with them. Listen to what they're saying. Only listen to what they're saying. Guard your mind from being distracted. Don't look at your telephone. Don't think about what you were doing or what you'd rather be doing. You're now with a person of great value. Hear what they are saying. And if it's perhaps a work situation and information is being passed, if one is distracted, one is not concentrating, you know this can cause problems. Later the person says to you, but I told you that. Why didn't you act on that information? I told you this. And now you have some problems. Or someone is sharing something of importance to them, but you're much more caught up in past events or future, daydreaming about the future, then you don't hear what this person is sharing with you. They end up feeling undervalued and perhaps avoid you in the future. So in this way, not using this quality of concentration can bring problems to us and certainly can limit our impact with others. And moreover, an additional way to use concentration. So the first is when we are interacting with others, to be present with them, to hear what they're saying, not be distracted. Secondly, be mindful or concentrated, or here maybe mindful is better, mindful about your own mind, whilst you're talking, whilst you're responding, and whilst you're listening. Make sure your mind is on what they're saying and you're not prejudging or you're not closing your mind to what they're saying. Also, especially when you're replying, be mindful of the motivation you set this morning. Is how I'm communicating, is this mixed with this motivation I set this morning, not to bring any harm? Am I not talking in an inappropriate manner? Am I not gossiping or being divisive? In this way, we can help keep our ethical motivation manifest within our mind. We can give good advice. We can hear the person well. So we're hearing in an unmistaken way. We're speaking in an unmistaken way. And in this way, we're creating causes for happiness. Our mind is calm and peaceful. It's not distracted and excited. It's calm and it's peaceful. And thereby, our wisdom can shine through, our love and compassion can shine through. We are happier, and we can be of greater benefit to others too.
Venerable Lobsang Dorje 제주도 섬다제 반년배나 야워신도 거와 되네게 야지 랍두가래 주소수게 로고님도 계시야 다디와 직접 나디와 때마다 모발나도 직다야다 되네시나 다다 맞으도 되네 랍야데 다다도 셈기야 주두고 말 근데 아무것도 마음바네 근데 지 교대다다 가른나 되네시도 마시베 강아데 강아체고 되네 안디레 안에 아니 나저 기시가도 도나마데바이나 파셔데 옹이 기시엘레 도나 지금이 미디 그 가지고 걸어 파다 수다 걸어 직포나다 뒤도 삼제 안 미디 번이 셈로 마디버차 되는시도 아니 거기에 직게 수능교를 때는 거기 마치버차데 거 마치버차도 거 넘줄 남바때단 직대 직대 주라기 냐요로 봐 되네 라와에다 수능경에 바때 직수보다 라와에나 되네 하소소이네 하돌랑로와 제가 라신이가라 강아티고래 지나데 베네 랍다긴지네 야고 랍디바 부디 야고 마냐 바지 세모세드나 랍리긴 야주 코라라데 그 직직면 이 직면도 자고 장면스마 시에나 야 얘네 세마기고 차야다 아니 마 기인디 소담으로 따베네 네 보고래 세위기 용 말아 제가 라신이가래 마지와 차디 띵이지 마템 바이나 되니게 닝아 용고 지장아도 내가 가르치는 롭종 가르쳐베네 띵이지네 셈 템부치 고고래 땡고 대템 바이나 아들야 너를 중화 용고래 지자 너를 중화나 가서 강아 중화 강아면은 아주 되게 용고로 와디세요.
If you think of the situation of your children or grandchildren, if they're sitting in class and they're concentrating well on what the teacher is saying, the teacher will be quite inspired by an attentive audience and will share a lot. The child will learn well, they'll come home and understand their homework and do it well. They'll progress quickly in their studies without much difficulty. On the other hand, should the child be much more interested in chatting with their classmates or the view out of the window or what's happening on the exciting world of their mobile phones, they're going to have no idea what information is being imparted from the front of the class. They'll struggle with their homework, they'll struggle in their exams, their problems will mount. So this we can understand very clearly. And it's the same for us as adults. If we are present with our friends, if we are listening, actively listening to what they are saying, if we are mindful about our response to them, this will ensure that our relationships are strong with others, that others see us as someone that they can rely on, someone they count on, someone who values them. And through having better friendships, we ourselves are happier. If on the other hand, if we're interacting with friends or acquaintances or colleagues, but we are distracted, and they can see this or they can tell from our response that we are distracted, they're not going to feel valued, they're not going to feel that this is someone who cares about them, and we will start to be separated from our circle of friends. And furthermore, if we're not mindful when we are replying to others, if we're not ensuring that our motivation is manifest within us, our wish to be ethical whilst replying to others, we'll end up saying something that we later regret, and then we're filled with regret, and perhaps if we have the opportunity we'll go and apologize, all creating more problems for us, and unnecessarily, all through lacking concentration.
Geshe Thubten ko Geshe son Geshe do dise de nga cheba chia so sherapta ta so so ne phashi de nge dinishin ne yasar dinishin ne yasar sabi adishin ne digimin se be sherapta sherapti ko go da nga ju lega ro chi kare chebi na da mil Geshe ban da ni ne ni de yang ju sherapti sherap se di dijine ya ko do dijine ya ko min do dinishin ne ya do ge di yakurasha di yakumarasha 량이기 여와치에게 최신견데 제바체인데 셰랍시 고래 세상은 중에 지금 미끼시 오메디니 셰베나 콜로니 루구리 디니셰나 콜로 야쿠양서를 사다 지기 디니기 제바체다 안 내가 디니시네 야쿠 디니시네 야쿠라서만 샤는 네베자와 내가 차사를 디제네 샤는 미네바 차사를 쓰면 디니기 무슨 랭이 집이 셰랍데 여와 최신게 셰랍데 고고래 디니기 셰랍 매바이나 여와 최마신 버자고는 제샤바는 내가 노르차다 기신나 노르시야 아니지 수년나 아니 디다 디시소세 여와 최마신나 아니 가서 내가 두야라 갈래 가보자고 디니자 디니기 셰랍게 남체디 베제마다메나 디게 레갈레나 지득 뭐 레갈 마두 마노 노르차도 라샤 랑레네 강샤레나 강라지 니가 둥아 오당이 빼서서 투소 노소사다 디네게 셈냐 강하디고 그래서 디네 장아저 당번에 디 랭이 남이 집에게 셰랍디 가지고 베셔 당화리 기치 버려서 그래.
And the third of the three trainings, that in wisdom. So wisdom is something that we can and do use throughout our day. No matter what we're doing or whom we're with, we use wisdom. So what is meant by wisdom? So wisdom is an active investigating or analyzing mind. It's a mind that looks at the situation, gathers knowledge, and decides on a course of action. This would be good to do, this would be harmful to do. Of these various options, these are the benefits of this choice, and these are the potential shortfalls. So therefore, amongst these options, this one's best. So this is the mind of wisdom. It involves analysis and investigation. So no matter what one's doing and or whom one is with, we use our wisdom, we're using our intellect. So when we're speaking, when we're interacting with someone, and we're concentrating on them, and we're being mindful of our own mental process, of our motivation. So we're combining concentration and ethics here. And now we bring in the third training, that of wisdom. So we'll use skill with our reply. And by using skill in our reply, we're using our wisdom. And when we're combining ethics and concentration and wisdom, this is a very powerful combination to be of benefit to others in our interactions with them.
Nebe Jawala Bezichimbo Shukchimuje to Gorova. Di Garikian Cheveresenta, Sutum Laba Mebaza, and the Neva Bejitas, which is a lock Beju Lobatans on Tangora. So the Dine Zanga to get Nine Lagaladela, as the Duma say, Digi Duela, Negap Digi Duya, Duma say, Telayang, Sudim Laba, the thing is in the Sherry Laba, Sumba Num called Mazadi, Sudim Laba, Tamboko, and he called the ring Luma using me shall never set out in Jigme, Sebe Damjasha, Damja di Ubitene, Damazulia, Geshe Karachevena, Karachevena, Delia, Sudim, the thing is in the Beach Dacha Wars, the Ninza, DJ Banazolia, Pando Digi said, Digi Tuyata, Duma se alia, Dus in a Kozu, Retine Pando Murese, that the Lapchanyam Lenchia, Tisungorwa.
I want to encourage you to now take this knowledge, to gain familiarity through it, through reflecting on it. Because if you use all three, you'll be able to have a great impact on the lives of others, as well as achieve happiness for yourself. And what we've been speaking about here, ethics, this is something widely understood. Concentration, this is understood. Wisdom, which is analysis and investigation, it's also understood. And we know that this is understood and accepted in society because we see it used in varying ways throughout society. So some people who are not at all ethical use wisdom, and they use wisdom very well. They will plan how to deceive others, how to take advantage of others, how to manipulate others. That is wisdom, but without ethics. Military leaders, when they're planning how to wage war, or terrorists who are planning how to kill, they will devise their plan, use their wisdom to see how they can hurt or how they can kill most effectively. No ethics there, just wisdom. So from our perspective here, as someone who's striving for happiness, striving to be freed of suffering, then firstly, the indispensable basis is ethics. Ethics is the basis. With ethics, then one can combine the other two with concentration and wisdom. And these three together are extremely powerful to achieve happiness for ourselves and to have a beneficial impact on others.
Digi Mahaligore. Dimase Digi Debu Digi Kiawachima Zugeta Namasanya Belekude, Kiawachima's killing, Kiawachima in a dinner Sudum Debu Digi, and the Kiawachima Mida, 하다 미고 막 토투고 개월에 두고래 지상 수림 소야디 하다 미게 유리 수림 최고래 저 수림 송고래 니나네 맞아 제대로야 띵이진다 셔르기 라바디 냠는데 비주야고 제와자 디기 마음바이네 아저기 띵이진 냠는다 근데 셔르기 리고 세보다 띵이진 띵부 용고래 제가 디네자 개월 치마에 있나요 근데 판도야고 용고래 저래
One does meditation as described here every morning, and it can be done in just minutes. As one becomes habituated to, in particular, ethics, and applies concentration, being present with others, being mindful of one's speech, and utilizes one's wisdom skillfully, then this serves to ensure that right now in this life we achieve happiness. Why? Because this way of thinking is ethical. Ethical is virtuous, sorry, not ethical, virtuous. Using our wisdom and concentration to strengthen and express our ethical outlook creates ever more virtue. Virtue leads to happiness and diminishes our suffering. So therefore, to the extent that we apply these three trainings, to that extent we will experience more and more happiness and less suffering. And not only in this life, we will experience the results of this positive karma in our future lives too. The primary cause for good rebirth, such as we've achieved in this life as a human being, the primary cause for future rebirths as a human being is ethical conduct. And the stronger the habituation to ethics that we create in this life, the more powerful the causes will be that will lead to good rebirths in our future lives. Moreover, the more we are habituated to concentration will mean in our future lives we'll have a less distracted mind, a less flattery mind, and similarly with wisdom. The more we develop our wisdom in our future lives, our analytical skills, our investigative skills will be that much more developed, and thereby we can develop them with greater ease ever further.
Now, 저기 냠len 제주 갑라 삼바탕에 내가 아주 수tim이 라바 띵에진 라바 시레 라바 숨바데 게 치모쇼 차고라 대체 제자되네 장아주다 수링 라바세디 야지 야 리바 체로 집에 소 셰바이나 다 수링 라바세디 대제지 아주 류마 유스미 요코네 샤라 네베 자치미 세베 삼로디 수림데 디여야 바체 안디가래야 디링에 가르치기야 제라 가르체비나 랑게 돈달이야 마랑게 돈다 랑도 삼바데 싸우기네 이게 죽음에 선배 삼송야 돼 랑도 랑치징에 삼바 랑아즈를 괜찮아 가르치기는 랑치징 삼바리거든 당보 알아서 나르고도 세 나저기 잘라 야두이나 당보데 야데 나랑을 나서다 교아디 샤나지라 삼바다 야지 두와지 지 미체모로 투야다 소소디와지 딩자 간라 되야비나 당하니엘 되도 나게라 셰토나 샤다디게 됐음 셰르나스베 소소라나리아 기디나 랑지진 삼발리고 제자데 랑지진 삼발디게 노르시무슈샤고 당아도 랑지진 삼발 제자 디제 랑지진 삼발레도 안갈고 고선 에딘 코요 갈은 뇌사데 코요 갈은 균죄셰사데 코 갈라 마가치 가우면서 디네 돈은 저기 지게 노르치모잖아 디바 먹어서 강아라하시니까 강아티고 디네자 저게 랑치 삼바디 다 라제 삼바세 자오기네 기주면 선뱅이래 가래 제베네 개와로 지두바나 가르친 시안라 팬비치도 이 시안라 팬비치도 마도 가랑게 랑제징 삼바도 균에 기주면 삼바디 어디 두송야 돼 랑지 삼바 송야 돼 추림 송야 돼 디안 추림래 아능에 지금 지금 세나세야데 자오기네 지금에 소수게 지게 변조로부터 소수게 시엔의 류유되네 셴레 팬베 자오로신 가레나 지기마도 세나자 자오기네 지금에 삼삼다야디 세나송야 되네가 저게 계획 자오도 때가 레로 자오기네 지금에 아사 지상 계획 자오도는 니 레로 전에 안 두치네 자오마도 용고 지상 레로 자오기네 기죽음에 사야다 뉴스와는 지소 는 수름래 지상 세나 지주 세나 지금에 사다 세나 세다 자오기네 기죽음에 사다 이게 레로 세다 자오기네 기죽음에 지금에 삼바다 안에야 지랑 랑지진 삼바도 균이 기죽음에 삼 되니가 소와이나 대소 수름시고래 수름송야 채고래 다대소 소수게 냠내지도 소수 지부되되 강배 나라 되되베나데 두치네 다두치네 되니게 삼로디 공부하는 숙체셔 다이로 지당이 대응에 라지 삼바자원이 기중매아 선배 삼는다 세나자 자원이 지금에 선배 다 안에 지 레로사 자원이 기중매 선배 되네게 소야데 삼다야데 수림 소야서 그래도 수림 소야 책으로
And so as mentioned earlier in this talk, there are many layers of subtlety to the practices within the Buddha Dharma. And as one spiritually develops, one becomes mature enough to be able to practice at more developed levels. So when one has become quite habituated to these three trainings of ethics, concentration and wisdom, then in one's morning meditation, one is ready then to take them to a deeper level. So when you're thinking about today, whatever I do, I will ensure I do not harm others. My physical behavior, my way of speaking, and the minds that motivate them, I will ensure are ethical. And I will keep concentrated and mindful about my behavior, as well as use my wisdom not to bring harm. Then we can so when we become well habituated to that, we can take it to a subtler level and make the commitment that not only will I not harm to others, not only will I not bring harm to others, but I will do what I can to benefit others. And I will do so by guarding my ethics ever more greatly. I will watch out for other harmful minds that actually harm my ethics, such as, for example, miserliness. Miserliness is a mind that is focused on keeping the best for myself, and if there's anything to spare, I'll share it with others, but me first. And this comes from an attitude where we cherish others more, we value others more than ourselves. We're coming to see that others' desire for happiness is at the very least as important as mine. And especially when we've achieved some success in our practice and we're starting to see that whilst others have remained lost in suffering, I'm starting to spiritually develop and I am becoming happier, but others are not. So therefore it's no longer appropriate just to consider myself. I need to consider them, those who are lost in suffering. I am seeing progression, which means I am seeing a path out of this. I need to therefore value others more, place them first. And therefore this mind of miserliness that puts ourselves first, we watch for this. We use our mindfulness, our concentration to watch for it and our wisdom to eliminate it. Similarly, the mind of laziness, the mind that says, oh, I can't be bothered, this is too much right now, that again puts ourselves first and puts the needs of others later. Watch out for this. The laziness that is deceiving us, the laziness that is preventing us from fulfilling our actual potential. Watch out for that. Use our wisdom so that we rest when we need to rest. We step back when we need to step back. But we watch for laziness. And at this stage in our training, it becomes much easier to know what is when we are being lazy and when we are needing to step back, because we have come to know ourselves so much better through this meditation process, through our development of ethics, mindfulness and wisdom. And these two practices that we've adding here, miserliness and laziness, are combined in one of which is overcoming the self-cherishing mind. This is an all-encompassing attitude that places our happiness first and foremost. We may, as decent people, do things for others, and sometimes we may even put others first. But at the very core of our motivation is ourselves. We may share with others, but we share what we have in abundance. We make sure that we are cared for first and foremost. So here, when our practice is more developed, we can start to look at these deep ingrained attitudes, these subtler levels of self-obsession, and see where they are exaggerated and where we are harming others in the sense of not really being there for them because we're putting ourselves first. So this is done later in our practice, so as not to overextend ourselves, not to burn ourselves out. And these are part of the progressions that we can achieve with our spiritual development through taking this knowledge, meditating on it, developing ourselves.
That's what you love. That thing is in your lover, some Dabana, Society with Gablia, and the chick. Jisa Shanlia, Ranchizing is Sambi Chigmes, Jisa Ranchis, Samba Kichume, some Dadu, Jisa Ranchis, some Majaban, Shanlia, Lagas Shanla, Pembicha, Chigi, Jisa Shanla, Digi, Jisa Simja Tamja Digi, the Temper Show, some J, Digi, the Temper Show, some big somebody, Kichu, tell it, Zechi to, some Chike, Dunguchi, Zechi to, some Dadu, getting it in Gombasho, Simja Tamja, there was the Temper Show, some J, Sim Dirang, Mondukurche, tell it, Zechi to. Dajine Devana, things in some Tangora, things in Yamle. Says the nation and Zuki, she near to by net, the nation, Sechi, the Michi, things in she near to go shower, just the things. And the nation and Zuki, Sanki, Gushi, let me share. That's some Jane Tamji ticket, Dambatamanzuki, Lamdinji had the only getting Chimpope, Sanki, some the getting cheese to Tibetan, Sanki Kula Mich and Sechi to Chanazuk, some Shalamaya was that anything is a compa. The naked Yamlechiadi, Sosara Kambana, Jibuti, Kabla, then Yamlechiala, things in Yamlecha, the naked Pero, Diro, Shungoro.
And similarly, through having spiritually developed and seen progress within ourselves, we then can take the training and concentration to a deeper level. So before, the training and concentration was being expressed in our interactions with others. Now, we take that training and we utilize it, or take it further on the meditation cushion. We start out by doing our meditation on ethics, coming to the conclusion of the meditation, or the culmination of the meditation with the commitment, I will not harm others. I want to add to the burden of suffering that others experience. I will overcome my self-cherishing mind and place others, the happiness of others before myself. And when that arises within us, that feeling arises within us, we abide in it. We hold it single-pointedly. And this is how one then comes to develop our concentration in meditation, and later we'll be able to achieve calm abiding. We can then take that further still, and we can then do specific meditation sessions on calm abiding, to develop calm abiding, develop our concentration, where reflecting on our spiritual development, we see the inner transformation within us. We've probably had feedback from others at how we are quite a different person from how we used to be, and we can see how we respond to life's difficulties now in a very different way. That leads to a deep appreciation for the Buddha's teachings and the Buddha for having given those teachings. When that deep appreciation, or that mind of faith, this mind of trust in the Buddha arises, with that as a basis, we visualize a Buddha image, and we then develop concentration on the Buddha image. So in this way, we're taking the training on concentration to a deeper level.
Kanga Gane Kare Notu Gane Kare Chaguores. And she engines in Sambi Tone, Chavana, Nelaka Karingores, Tuva to Chavachin. She's a she engines in Shanla, Pembe, Samba, Shan Chavats, some Chavana, some Diu on Galega, Shanla, Shan Legal, Pemba Chit Udus. She's a Pemba Chit, Pemba Shanla, Pemba Jena, Shanla Digi Ungores. She's a Shanla Digi Yovana, Digi Shangi, Shanla Digi Shangi, Shanla Pemba Java Chavana. Sosuki Shanla Pembeja, Mijanda Sosala Goji Ugua. Chizandinza, Sosuki Shanla Pembeja, Shanla Digiungus, Shanla Digiona, and Sosola Digion. Chizandinigi, Rama Chizingi, Sambaje, Gache, Tsung, and Shan Chizingi, Shanla Jebas, Mishan, Jamjigi Tone, Shanla Laja, the Yahutu said Shechevachada. That Rama Chizing is some Tone. Kuno large Lakachevana, Ranges, social go simply some lay Shuchimulena, Digi Gangarios, Shan Gortaya, Shanle Tubjetaya, and the Tamara Diki, the Shalakanga, and the Rana Rashinika Lakangayati, then you do simply Shereki Jebacheda, Jebacheda, Ducian Jebacha, some Tabena, and to Sherabin and Chagorua. And the Dinashi, Sosuki. Sena Sunche, Shanlia, and the Pembi Jawa, Rob Javaina, Shanle Dunga Seada, Sheni Digi to be a Chagadu, the Kinjiner Sosole and the Digiyanda Dunga Sea Chagor, to be the Nigi Jebache, some Taje, Chisa Sherabki do Jebache, Jebachene, the Nigi Jebachi, Gumzendi, Sheraki, Gumzen Hungor, Dijena. Ranchi Samba Suna, Yaga Yobata, Ranchi and some Mason, D. Torn, Laga Jevana, New Subche on body, Sheraki Jevachina, Hago to War. Hago to Wenza, Dine Hago Goyodu, near to the Hagona, Manzu di Java, Laga Chelia, Nishu Shelig, Jeza, Surum Suyati, Shen Ranchi, some Suyata, Shen Jizin Samba, Mandu Donang, Jedi, and Nuva Cherry Water. Dineza, and to share Yamnajia, the Peson Roger. And Dimazida sharing Yamnaja, and to meet up with Jebachada, Tombani or Jebachada, the Nigga Sherab Jebache, sharing a Jebachi big 20, how go on to Delia Zechidu, Dingin, Yambasha, Dingin, and Zechidu troop, and the Nigga that Denia, Rig Mongoli or that Denega, that to Peson, some Jishuyamato, to certain Hawaii.
To take the training in wisdom deeper, then this wisdom being this analytical mind, this investigating mind. Here now again we're doing it on the cushion. And we're thinking about the teachings we've received. And we think about, so I'm hearing that the self-cherishing mind is a mind to abandon. The other cherishing mind is a mind to develop. To express that differently, the self-obsession that we have with ourselves, that places ourselves first and foremost, I hear that needs to be abandoned, and a mind that values others, that values the happiness of others as first and foremost, that is a mind to cultivate. So I've heard this. Is it true or not? And this is where we use our wisdom. So we take the knowledge that we've received, and in meditation we reflect. So what are the faults that come from the other cherishing mind? Through putting myself first and foremost, as I have done from lifetime to lifetime, has that led to lasting joy and happiness for myself or for others? What about the other cherishing mind, those who have cultivated it, such as the bodhisattvas? What results have they experienced? So here we do this analysis in great detail. And we apply it to the other topics we've heard about, such as, for example, miserliness. And we think about, so what are the faults of miserliness? What are the benefits of abandoning miserliness? When I'm miserly with my possessions, when I'm miserly with my time, with my skills, with my talents, what are the benefits that come of this? What would be the benefits of being generous with my time, my skill, my talents? So what we're doing here in meditations such as these, but they can and should be done on all topics that we've covered, is you're using your wisdom to investigate for yourself, to see the benefits of a practice and the faults of not doing the practice. Because as with everything in our life, when we have come to see the benefits of adopting something or striving for something, when we see the faults of something else and we understand the need to abandon it, with that knowledge, especially when it's not just merely intellectual, but we've thought about it well, then it becomes much easier to turn away from something and adopt something that before seemed very difficult. We will now desire it because we'll see it as good. We'll desire wanting to abandon something, desire wanting to develop something within us. And then it becomes much easier to do so consistently. This is the great importance of analytical meditation, of using our wisdom. And these kinds of thinking in this way, if done occasionally, such as when one hears a teaching, right now you're doing analytical meditation in that you're thinking about the words you're hearing, the meaning of what you're hearing. But the more one does it, the deeper your investigation will go, the subtler levels, and therefore the greater the impact it will have on oneself. So this is one very broad category of how one can utilize wisdom. There are many others, such as reflecting on impermanence, on selflessness, on the emptiness of inherent existence. So there are many topics that rely on the utilization of our wisdom, but we don't have time to look at those now. So these are just some examples in brief.
Dini Zada, Labasum Yamne said, Diniki Yamlin Chebaina, Tadina, the Tsudumi Laba, the Sajil Masona, she's a so the Tsudumi Laba Chawar, Chizan Hanzuki Kidina, Chizan Labasum Yamlendi, Hanzuki, Ninelia, Tsu Tone, Midan, the Geshe Karachevina, Suri Labasum Yamlin Chevi Tone, and Bezushia Chagor, and the Shebanashi, and the Sosora Chibu, Gom Yamle. Chicken chew, Yamne Chidu Cabine, and Lavasumki, those in the Page Tanshi to destroy it. She's not at the Shevanashi. The names are Lavasumi Yamne said, she's not Sangi Jumne, the Lavasumi Yamne Dusu Chegore, Dijevana, Gili, Chinamato, Lavasumi Yamne de Gizi, Dambonema Yamne, sometime Lamsa, Yabochada, Digi, Duya, the Duma said, Chaya Marwa. She's a dus Yamne Jigi, the name Samlo de Gazi, Shukazi, Chava in here. Lunagi, Java chair, Nuba Cheshligora. She's not the nigger, some of the Shukumgi, Shukche, get it rose and get Yasi, Yasi, how to be jet now, Jivana, some of the Nuba Cheshire to work. She's not those in a some of the Nuba chair, or to shed up in Yamin, the Nuba chair, or the Mishibi, Mombi, Rikti, Nuba Chun to work. Sudum Yelabi, Yamin, Yamne, Shukche, Janle, Nebe, somebody, and Janle, Tevi, somebody, some of the new chunchur. It's not that thing is in Labadi, Yamne, just some Nuba Church or same Namian, Toy, Namia, Nuba Chunchur. It's not the names I'm doing Yamagazi, Chevana, Nuba Church, Nuba Church, Nuba Church Rovene, so you get Sedina, Ganga Chunchada, Digi, Shuk Church to worry. Digi, Tebuki, Chima in there, and to get. Danjuki Milurim Toyada, T. Tendela, Manzuki Yamlen Chiata, Nisu Shinati, Yahucha, just a dinner, Zuki, just a dinigin Yamlen Cheva ina, Dunga say a tablam dires, just a dinigin Dunga say to Gure, the you to be a tablam dires, just a dinam and Chekore, Saji, Lutuchi, dires, just a dinner, Zanzuki, Tangi, that the Labasumi Yamlen Danzuki, Torduchi, Nichena share the dire.
To conclude our talk here, you've heard then today primarily about the three higher trainings, that of ethics, concentration, and wisdom. And if what you've heard today doesn't seem to make so much sense for you, doesn't seem so appropriate, then that's fine. Then put it to one side and no need to do anything with it. But if you think that there's maybe some truth, some validity to this, then it's my hope that you take this knowledge and you reflect on it, you meditate on it, start to integrate it within yourself. And you recall from the presentation on how to integrate the three trainings within yourself, when I emphasized the need to reflect on ethics, do that in meditation, cultivating a motivation. And then, as when starting out, concentration and wisdom, one utilizes in one's daily life. On the meditation chair or cushion, they reflect primarily on ethics. And this is because ethics is the foundation from which all good qualities grow. It's likened to the earth, for the fertile soil from which the plants of realization will grow. So ethics is most important, an ethical attitude, an ethical outlook, way of thinking, and the active intention not to bring harm. So concentrate on that, and utilize then, or emphasize that, and utilize concentration and wisdom in your daily life. And then to remind you of the verse I quoted at the beginning of our talk. The Buddha said that, I can't wash away your negativities with water. My hand cannot remove your suffering. I cannot transfer my realizations to you. The only way I can help you is by teaching and you striving to liberate yourself. Why this is so important here is that to achieve inner transformation and thereby lasting happiness, a happiness freed from problems and difficulties, doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen through receiving a teaching or for meditating now and again. It comes about through repeatedly over a sustained period, hearing teachings and reflecting on them, because that is how they become integrated with ourselves. So this word meditation, in the English word meditation, can be translated, or this Western word meditation can be translated equally as familiarization and habituation. So that is what meditation means. It means habituating oneself to a new way of thinking, becoming more familiar with a new way of thinking, breaking our harmful habit patterns and developing virtuous habit patterns. That's the meaning of meditation. And to do so, with any skill, it requires repeated effort over a sustained period. And if that's done, one will transform. And one will start slowly over time to see how we're relating to life's difficulties in a different way, how we're interacting with others in a different way. And that's when we're starting to see that we are becoming habituated to a virtuous way of thinking. And a way that one can understand how change comes about is if one thinks about a scale. As one adds to on the one side, the weight of the good qualities, such as our ethics and our concentration and wisdom, as these grow, the corresponding non-virtuous minds, unethical behavior, distracted mind, behavior that is not wise, these start to weaken. But this is a slow process. Slowly we start to change these balance of scales, increasing our virtue. And in proportion to the strength of our growing ethical mind, in proportion to that, an unethical way of thinking will weaken. The stronger our concentration becomes, proportionally the weaker our distraction will become. The stronger our wisdom becomes, equally our unwise way of thinking will weaken. And as we progress through repeated endeavor over a sustained period, we will experience benefits for ourselves, greater peace and happiness within ourselves, as too will those around us, those in our family unit, in our place of work, and those in society we interact with. Through transforming ourselves, we will have a beneficial impact on others. We will, at the very least, not add to the burden of their suffering, but in fact, we will start to ease their suffering and bring happiness into the lives of others. So this transformation is experienced in this life. And these deep-placed changes to our personality, our mental continuum, we will experience these results from lifetime to lifetime. We'll continue to experience good rebirths. Our spiritual progression will continue. We'll be inclined towards spiritual training in our future lives, and will come ever more easily. So therefore I encourage you, if what you've heard today seems to make sense, seems to be useful, to utilize it, to apply it to yourselves, to develop it within yourselves. So thank you very much. Thank you.